These are the top 3 strategies for binary options, and let's take a look at them in this video. Let's go! The very first strategy is trading with the trend. For example, if you see a downward movement like this, you can open sell trades here. So look, the first factor, I see a downward movement. Next, we see that the RSI indicators are in the seller's zone, meaning sellers are actively selling right now. We understand that our downward trend is going to continue. I waited for a small correction, opened a sell trade, and now I just have to wait for the result. This could also be a very interesting pattern, and it looks as follows. We need to wait for 2 to 4 candles in the opposite direction. So for example, here we can see 2 candles and we have a move to sell. Here there are 4 candles and again a move to sell. This is a super reliable and effective method. Unfortunately, due to low volatility, the trade closed at break even. That happens sometimes. Let's switch to the OTC market, and I'll show you a similar example now. Here we see a good downward movement, exactly the same situation as in the previous trade. We have 2 green candles in the opposite direction since the movement is downward. Once again, we see that the price is moving down. Here are 2 candles, and accordingly, we open a sell trade. And in addition, we also see that our RSI is in the seller's zone. So this should be a safe trade. We waited for 2 candles in the opposite direction and opened a trade with the trend. And now we wait for the profit. And next, I'll show you some additional indicators that will make your trading much easier and help you reach a new level. Now that's more like it. The trade closes beautifully in profit and brings me $690. And do you want even more ready-made strategies? And also copy our signals? Then I'll leave a link to our trading channel in the description. By the way, if you check in the description, just today we made as much as $17,000 purely on financial news. If you want to do the same, the link will also be right there in the description. Join our channel and start to make money on these financial events. Now, let's move on to the next strategy. For the next trade, we'll be using 2 specific indicators, the moving averages and our vortex indicator. Let's just find a good profitable entry point. Trade opportunity. Here on the British pound to Australian dollar pair, we can open a sell trade, and let me show you why we can do that. First of all, there was a crossover here. The red line was on top at that moment. This means the signal is for a sell. Secondly, we see that the price was below the moving average. So again, from here we should open a sell trade. Here there are 2 factors. They matched out. I opened a sell trade for 1 minute. The potential payout amount here is relatively small, but let's not become overly discouraged. By the way, we'll be opening buy trades a little differently. If we see here that there's a crossover, the green line is on top, and the price has moved above the moving average, we open a 1-minute buy trade. This is a really simple and reliable strategy that you can start using today. The indicators are quite simple. Once this trade closes, I'll show you all the settings you need. Look, an excellent profit of $380. As for the indicators, we add a moving average and we add vortex. Set the moving average period to 10 and leave the type as default. You can set the style to 2 pixels. For the vortex, we also set the period to 10, and in the style, we can also change everything to 2 pixels. This will be much better. We'll be able to see entry points more clearly. That was the second strategy, which is quite good. By the way, there are even more strategies. You can find them in our official Telegram channel, which is also linked in the description. So go ahead and grab ready-made strategies that you can use in the market today. The link is in the description and in the pinned comment. And now we move on to the third strategy. My last and favorite strategy is the Ichimoku cloud. Yes, we'll be working with just 1 indicator, but it's a powerful one. Look, if you see red clouds, you should open sell trades. If you see vibrant green clouds, make sure to only execute these trades specifically when the price moves directly between these 2 blue lines. This will be the most secure and safest entry point. You can use the most secure and reliable option available, and I will demonstrate the specific configuration settings to you right away without any further delay, just as soon as we have finished this current trade. This indicator works very well both in trending and sideways markets. It will give you very poor results, so look specifically for upward or downward movements, and those will let you make a profit. $420 lands in my account. And now look at these examples of entry points. Just look, 1, 2, 3. A total of 6 entry points in a short period of time, and only after that was there one loss. So you see, we had 6 wins and only 1 loss. A very safe and cool strategy. To add this indicator, go here to the Indicators tab and select Hishimoku Kinko Fio. Next, in the settings, set it to 15, 30, and 60, and in the Style section, use the following settings. Set the first 2 lines to any color you like, even purple or whatever you want. The most important thing is that they are the same color. Remove the 3rd line, we won't need it. Either way, set the first 2 lines to 2 pixels each. Next, change the last value from orange to red, and in this way we will have fully set up the indicator together. Accordingly, now we can see all the entry points when the price reaches our lines, as well as the color of the cloud. Now we can work together fully. Look, here's another great example. We see that the price enters the zone, we open a sell trade, and here as well, we can work on selling. And here's an example, and another one. And right here, we even made 5 profitable entry points together. And here as well, we had several entry points for buying, so the indicator is quite effective. Let me know in the comments which indicator you liked the most. We're also thinking about creating our own indicator. If you want us to make an indicator that gives ready-made signals, let us know in the comments. You'll also find more information in our Telegram channel, in our trading channel. All of this can be found via the link in the description and in the pinned comment. There you'll find even more about trading, even more ready-to-use tools, and of course, even more strategies. In short, all the links are in the description. With that, I'll say goodbye for now. Be sure to leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and see you soon.